Imagine you have three major deadlines tomorrow. Your kids are suddenly sick, and your car just broke down. What do you say?
Well, if you're learning English, it's really tempting to just fall back on the basics and say, I am stressed.
Right, but native speakers rarely use that one generic word for everything.
They don't. Because having the right vocabulary isn't just about sounding fluent, it's about precision. I mean, using a single word for every type of pressure doesn't tell people what you actually need.
Exactly. Welcome to today's deep dive. Our mission today is simple. We are helping you, the listener, upgrade your English vocabulary.
Yeah, we're exploring a guide on 5 natural, practical expressions to talk about stress and exhaustion.
Right, so you can sound more like a native speaker when you're dealing with work, family, or, money pressures.
And having the right vocabulary helps us accurately express exactly how we are feeling rather than just using one generic word for all of it.
Okay, let's unpack this. We will start with the most common baseline, which is simply saying, I'm stressed out, like I have a massive presentation today, I'm stressed out.
Yeah, that's a clear reaction to a specific trigger. It's the standard way to say you're feeling an uncomfortable amount of pressure right now.
Pressure rarely stays isolated, right? Which brings us to the next stage, being overwhelmed.
Yes, overwhelmed.
But honestly, I hear people use these two phrases interchangeably all the time, so I've got to ask, what is the real difference between being stressed out by work and being overwhelmed?
It's fundamentally different. Think of being stressed out as carrying a really heavy weight on your shoulders. You can still carry it, but it's hard.
Okay, a heavy weight, got it.
But being overwhelmed is entirely about volume. The word literally means being submerged, like being pulled under a giant wave.
Oh, wow, pulled under a wave.
Yeah. It's not just a hard presentation. It's trying to balance work, plus school, plus taking care of your family. The sheer volume of tasks is just too much for your brain to process.
Ah, okay. So stressed out describes the intensity of the pressure, but overwhelmed is when that pressure is coming from all sides and pulling you under. That makes complete sense.
And, if you stay submerged under that wave for too long, you hit the next stage, which is total energy depletion.
Yeah.
The term here is being burned out.
No, wait, I want to push back on this one a little bit.
Sure.
People throw burned out around all the time on social media. Isn't it just a dramatic way of saying, I really need a vacation?
No, actually, it's much deeper than just needing a long weekend. Burned out is a chronic long-term state.
So it takes a while to build up.
Right. It happens when you've been working too hard for too long, like maybe working every single weekend until you have absolutely no energy left.
You can't just bounce back after a good night's sleep.
Exactly. The fire is literally out. You have zero drive left.
Which naturally leads us to how we describe that totally empty feeling. And here's where it gets really interesting to me. Native English speakers love using machine analogies for these final two phrases.
Oh, they definitely do.
Like saying, I'm drained. It is exactly the feeling of looking at your phone and seeing the battery at 1% after a long meeting.
It's a really fascinating connection. We subconsciously compare our own bodies to the devices we use. So saying I'm drained means the energy has literally been emptied out of your system.
And if you try to keep going when that battery is at 1%, you are running on empty. That's the physical and mental feeling of driving a car with almost no gas just because you only slept 4 hours this week.
Right, which means you're still moving forward, but mechanically you're risking a total breakdown. You're moving, but you really shouldn't be.
Okay, so to quickly review the 5 phrases for you,
Yeah.
we start at the baseline with feeling stressed out.
Sink into the sheer volume of being overwhelmed,
Right. And eventually become burned out from long-term strain.
and then feel completely drained, like a dying phone battery.
And end up dangerously running on empty.
Exactly. And using these specific phrases helps you communicate your exact mental state.
So, to leave you with a final thought to mull over today, which of these 5 specific expressions best describes your exact energy level right now?
Yeah, think about it.
And how might simply giving it the right name help you figure out what kind of break you actually need?